good morning. It's a nice bright Friday morning here in Bangalore, and I wanted to do a short video to share some stuff, as part of a series that I intend to do with all of you who are young or new mothers with small children or a small child, and at the same time you want to pursue something that you enjoy doing, or you're working, from home. A lot of people come back and ask me, how do I try and balance it? I don't have a specific formula for it. I don't follow a sort of concept or a time management framework or any of that. But there are certain tips that I have learned and used in the past, and those have worked very well for me. I'm going to share those as just some things that I have been able to see work for me, and let's see if they work for you. Do let me know. The first one that I wanted to share, really, which is what I'll share in this video, and then we'll get subsequently to the next videos in the coming weeks, is that I've always worked on trying to define my weeks by what's essential in that week and what's non-essential. So I know it's easy for me to say this, but as you start doing it week by week, it becomes a practice. So I'll give you an example of the immediate circumstance to give you a better understanding. We've just come back from a short trip. It's not really easy to kind of try and do all of the unpacking in one go with two small children and the amount of stuff we packed, because we made this trip from Bangalore to Pune. We went from there for a couple of days to Mumbai and Delhi, and then we got back to Pune and then drove back to Bangalore. So there's a lot of luggage given the different sets of temperatures that we were going to be in. What would be your first reaction as a mother? You want to unpack, you want to clean up the house, you want to make sure that everything is in place, right? But it's not always something that you want to prioritize. For me, that is what will fall in the bucket of non-essentials. So I'll give you an idea of how I've tried to do it. So I mean, I'll share this as a picture also on my page, but if you see this, the essentials here are the ones that I must do in this week. The non-essentials are the ones that I can either delegate or postpone to the next week or the week after. So for example, the essentials are things like I must go to the storytelling session with my son. My daughter's vaccination, of course, is essential. I have a couple of project calls lined up which I must do. As some of you know, I have a home baking community, a healthy baking community on Facebook called Wonderful Mom Bakers Community. There's a ton of things that I want to do for 2018, so I'm going to kind of put those in place in this first week. So I think these are things that I've kind of looked at from an essential point of view, because the non-negotiables or the essential are the time with my children and the work that I do from a project point of view, as well as from a community point of view. The non-essentials will be things like, okay, order groceries. I can easily delegate that to to my spouse, or do it online at some stage rather than running to the market. It might not be the best way possible, but that really works, given that you're short on time and you have multiple things to do. Cleaning up the cupboards. So I know that that's something that we all want to do at all points in time, but I think if you have some bit of house help, you can get them to help you with it, or so that it frees up your time for things that you would rather do. So the unpacking, of course, like I said, is non-essential at this point in time, because I'm not so worried about a ton of suitcases with stuff lying in it which needs to be packed away, as much as I am about being able to take my son for the storytelling session. So I think that's for how you draw out your week. Do the non-essential essential. You'll not always be able to stick to your list, but make sure that you try to stick to it as much as possible. So I mean, it sounds simple. Let's see if you're able to share an essentials and a non-essentials list with me. I'll try and share mine every week with you to give you an idea of how that works, and it's very simple to draw it up and see how much you can actually achieve at the end of the week. So till next time, I think we'll catch up again. But let me know how you thought, if this video was helpful, not helpful, and what I can do better, or any other tips that I can share, which will come in the next few weeks. So see you till next time.